So if you saw my footage of Big Bend, you saw a lot of deer, because there's a lot of deer up in the Chisos Basin, and they're habituated to campsites. And that's a problem really every place you're going to hike. Critters think of campsites kind of like a paper route. You know, they know there's going to be a food source. In this case, you see this deer, he actually scared the bejesus out of me. He almost pushed me out of the way. He's sitting there waiting with his friends for me to get up and urinate. So I get up in the morning and I take my urine sample out from the night before, and I'm distributing it in the woods, which is what the Park Service wants you to do. They don't want you filling up their fly-in porta potties with liquids. They just want you to put solids in it. So they actually have signs up there telling you to pee in the woods and distribute your urine in the woods. And these deer know that. And so this probably alpha deer practically pushed me out of the way to get at the urine that I'm dumping out of my bag. He's not waiting for it to evaporate and lick the salt out of it, which sounds pretty gross, but that's just an example of what you're going to run into on the North Country Trail. Pictured Rocks, a place called Mosquito Beach, kind of a real popular kayaking site and backpacking site. And the raccoons there are so bold, you almost have to beat them off with a hiking pole because they just won't give up. You know, people have left food, they've just become habituated. Right across the pond from that, right across the lake, is Grand Island, which is a national forest land, not part of the park. But a lot of people backpack out there, and bears come into camp all the time. And I didn't realize for years until I found out that the Forest Service uses that island. It's kind of like the Alcatraz for bad bears, probably in Michigan and Wisconsin, and they put them out there. And so they already come out there habituated, and now they're condensed into one little island. Go to Glacier National Park, just below Gunsight Pass. There's a Lake Ellen Wilson campsite. The goats there they'll just stick their head right in your tent. You know, hey Dick, how's your bladder feeling? You gotta take a leak? You know, they're just habituated to knowing campers are coming there and are going to urinate around, and they hang out there for that salt deposit. I mean, squirrels, you know, chewing on your tent, pack rats. You know, I sometimes wake up in the middle of the night and I can hear chewing, but you never catch them at it. You know, you turn your light on and they go silent. And then you turn your light off and they start chewing again. And in the morning, your guy lines are chewed, your tent's chewed. It's all because people have habituated those animals into knowing that that is a food source, that campsite. So just things to consider when you're out. I try and, you know, I never sleep where I eat unless I have to in a Park Service situation where you're designated campsite. So anyway, just consider that there are animals out there, why they're that way, and you're gonna have to deal with them. Keep smiling.